STS here again, back with Lady Crown. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, get it out there. And yeah, it's Real Talk, episode 5. And yeah, when you bring the light, the darkness scatters, because we're actually talking about what matters. It's not a joke out here. Keep raising your energy. And yeah, greetings to everybody out there. And if you've tapped into this video, it's confirmation that you're on alignment with your assignment on this earth. Keep raising your vibration and don't let them energy vampires pull you down, you know. Keep grounded, keep centered, baby. Keeping your heart centered. Trust me, let's go. But yeah, Lady Crown, what we're going to be talking about today.
In the great words and lyrics of the great Honourable Bob Marley, what did he tell us to do?
Oh, yeah.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds.
Yeah.
Have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of that can stop the time.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
That we'll deal with.
That we'll deal with.
Yeah, no?
my little spin on it.
Right.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for coronavirus, cause none of that can stop the time. How long shall you make them trick us? Tell us lies and make us fear. To be with one another, to hug, kiss and share. Won't you help to sing? Come on, my people, come, we can hear you. This song of freedom is all we ever had. Redemption songs, we're born free. Freedom is your birthright. Remember that.
That way I deal with. I didn't even know you could sing, you know.
That's anybody can sing, man. Trust me.
I'm playing with you. I know you can sing. Remember the
together,
karaoke days and them things.
Oh,
you know?
gosh.
Gosh, trust me. But yeah, what we're tapping into today. There's so many things, man. There's so many things that we can tap into.
Well, I'd like to start. Well,
you can start it off.
Thank you, my son, divine son. The first thing I'd like to start off with is, you know, that most of our videos and anything that we do is really impromptu, and I like to keep it present, you know, in the present moment, because there's lots of things coming down the pipe that so many people aren't aware of. For instance, today is the 15th of August, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it is, you know.
15? Well, it's 50 years today since Nixon took the dollar, which is the world reserve currency, so it affects every country that, you know, has to use their dollar to buy oil and whatever it is, the petrodollars they call it. 50 years today since it was taken off the gold standard temporarily. You can go back and watch any YouTube channel of Nixon's making a statement to the nation that they were decoupling gold from the dollar. And in fact, what that did was to make the dollar a fiat currency backed by nothing, just by the fact that people use it, recommend it, have to use it, because when you're the reserve currency for the world, these other countries have to use your currency to buy oil, to do whatever trading. And when those that want to dissent, well, we know what happens when they want to dissent and actually use a gold dinar, or, you know, restore their own currencies. They, you know, things happen in their country, it gets unstabilized, and next minute you've got civil war and all the rest of it breaking out. That's because the dollar is so strong. The people that control the dollar want to maintain their control. So it was no longer backed by gold, so therefore that that's also whatever it is you got in your pocket at the moment. I mean, most of us have got some plastic type money that they call money. It's a private note. It says on it the Bank of England. The Bank of England is a private corporation. Private, which means it excludes you and me. What they give us is the right to use it, because we have to use it to transact, to buy food, to buy whatever it is we're buying. We have to use that pound, that plastic money, that fiat currency, but it belongs to a private corporation. So the governor of the Bank of England, that's why the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England have never ever been audited. Never. Well, they don't have to, because they're the ones that control the currency for the world. There's central banks are in every country, and their central banks they don't, they print the money off, lend it to the treasury for that country, and then charge the treasury interest on something that they printed out of thin air. What a wonderful world. I mean, it's almost like Monopoly, because I mean, most of us remember the game Monopoly and probably still play it. You know, you get your $200 to start off with. That's exactly what it is. It's Monopoly money. And it's only, you know, the only reason why they use it is because it's got, you know, there's faith and confidence behind it. So with faith and confidence, people use it to transact. But you probably haven't noticed, but so many more people are moving away from the dollar. China, Russia, they're using their own currency. They're using gold to transact with. They're not using a dollar. It's dying. And so like all the other fiat currencies that were printed by these central banks, they're also dying. That means that you need to do something with that fiat currency that you've got. You need to take it and convert it into the cryptocurrencies that are coming on board, already there, already waiting to take over, because we're talking about a financial reset, a global reset. I mentioned it before, yeah, 1944, the global reset. This is what's taking place now. So if you've got that piece of plastic and you're happy to hold on to it, then do so, but you'll mourn for your losses, because you're going to feel it. Take it, convert it into real money, silver, cryptocurrencies. Property, land, it has to be. That's what the rich are doing. I mean, by the billions, assets. They are buying up the assets, and that's why, you know, they printing out all of this money and loaning it to this and all sorts of fiscal policies that they put in place, because it's dying. And when something's dying, they'll milk it until they can't milk it anymore. But then when it's dead, you're going to be left holding it, and they're going to be left with your assets.
Yeah. Real wealth is your assets.
Yeah,
that's the real wealth. You know, that's what billionaires are dealing with. They're not dealing with money. How people within the public are dealing with money. Trust me, they own that.
No.
It's about ownership.
It is. They use debt.
You know?
They use debt to buy. I mean, they didn't actually use their own money to buy the land, to buy whatever. They use debt. If you listen to Robert Kiyosaki and his wife Kim, they tell you they've got a massive portfolio with thousands and thousands of properties, and they never use $1 of their own money to buy the properties and the land. Not $1, and they pay zero tax. Now you tell me the average man and woman out there, a bata, you know, McDonald's, I wish partner of them there. Working their arse off 40 hours a week, and when they get their little pay slip, what's it tell you? Tax, insurance, and this is the little average. And you got big multinationals, you know, that don't pay. McDonald's, they don't pay tax. There's always a loophole for the rich, so you just keep slaving, and now the little plastic money that they're giving you, they're going to convert into a Bitcoin. A digital assets controlled by the Bank of England, yes, the private corporation is going to, you know, just decide what you can do, when you can do it, and how you can do it with their money, because it's not yours and it's not money either. It's what they've used, what they're going to create to yet usurp their control over humanity. It's time to break free, people. Break free. Freedom is on the horizon, and it's there for the brave. Trust me, it's there for the brave, and it's there for you to take it. Take back your birthright. You were born with it. Your crowning moment when you emerge through the mother's womb. They used to say the baby's head's crowning. That's your crowning moment coming into the world. So where are you? Where's that prince? Where's that princess? Where's that king? Where's that queen? It's in you.
Yeah, it's in you.
Take it back.
The pen is mightier than the sword. People really need to tap into Mark Christopher. He's got documents on his website that can really give you freedom within tax, within so many different things within the financial part of things. And trust me, you really need to tap into him, because you can gain your freedom back. It's just a matter of doing it. Just, you know, start acting upon the knowledge and the information that's out there. Because as long as you don't act upon it, not many things are going to materialize that you would want in your life. And if you really want freedom, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they've been conditioned to be modern day slaves, you know?
Yeah.
And this is why the programming is breaking down, because when you take away a person's freedom, what else have they got, really?
Nothing.
You know? So trust me, this is why a lot of people are having an awakening, not just spiritual, a real awakening of what's really going on in this world, man. And yeah, man, the pen is mightier than the sword. People really need to tap into Mark Christopher. I'm going to mention his name again, and David Wimella. These are people that really can help you on your journey if you really want to claim so many things that have been, you know what I mean, taken away from you in terms of money, because they've been taxing people and robbing people for for
your whole life.
Yeah,
Your whole life.
Your whole life.
You're monetized at the point. You know, when your parents go along and register your birth with the registrar, you know, that's it. You're part of the system. You know what I mean? So they've captured us in so many ways. But you know, we are mighty, we are powerful. But you know, and Sabin's mentioned about Mark Christopher's website, mkchristopher.com is his website.
Yeah, that's his website.
It's, you know, I wish I could tell you it'd be simple. It's just simple to go on there and print off the documents and use them.
No.
You got to know what you're doing,
Be a live life
why
claimant.
you're doing it, how you're doing it, and you need to be a live life claimant. You need to have claimed your life back. You need to look up the 1666 Sesquive Trust. If you just type that in to a search engine, it'll come up and it'll tell you where you are, because that's who everybody is. They put you all into a trust. So if you're in a trust, who's the trustee? Who owns you? Who's the beneficiary of that trust? Not you. You're the debtor. We're the debtors, when in fact we're the creditors. You know what I'm saying? So you need to, I mean, there's so much information on his website, but then there's courses that you can do, and that will help you free your mind, free yourself, and stand up into your power, and actually deal with these people. I call them parasites, because that's what they are. They live on the flesh, they live on the blood, and they'll keep on.
And live on the fear.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Because if you don't know how powerful you are, if you don't know that they're writing to you as a persona, when you get a letter through your letterbox that says Mr. or Miss or Ms. or Mrs., that's the persona that they're writing to, not you, the flesh and blood man or woman. Then you'll join with them, and they'll pursue you for whatever it is they say you owe them. You, the physical flesh and blood man or woman, not the persona, because you've now acquiesced and made joinder with that persona. So you need to know these things. You need to know what persona is. Like, for example, Boris Johnson is a persona. So when people talk about Boris Johnson, instantly, if I said to use Boris Johnson, oh yeah, he's the Prime Minister for the UK. Is he? Boris Johnson? Because that's the name that they're giving you to call him. But his name's not Boris. I think Boris is his middle name. Just look it up on Wikipedia, you'll see his full name. That's the real man. The Boris Johnson is the persona. So what you're seeing in front of you on your television is nothing more than an actor. They're all actors. That's what they are. Acting a very good role, because what they got you doing from the day you were little and, smile, watching movies. What do you see in movies? Actors. So what you're in now and what you've always been in is a real life movie, just that you never realised it, you didn't know it. It's a real life movie. Everything happens for real, but it's a movie.
Let me just jump in here. Just like William Shakespeare said, the world's just a stage. And it doesn't even matter about your age. It doesn't matter about your age. Age is an illusion, but what doesn't create the confusion is your state of consciousness. And this is what's really getting brought to us as a whole in this world in terms of consciousness, because most people with consciousness can see that it's a stage and it's just an act, but because so many people have been programmed to act, people just think this is real. Like they turn on the TV and, oh, it's spiked. You see what I mean? And this is when you have to really learn about self and know thyself and realize that, trust me, shout outs to William Shakespeare, because that famous quote, it's real, man. Like a lot of these things that you see, and it's all acting. Even certain things on the news that when they talk about certain even murders, like certain things that have happened, it's not even happened. They're literally selling you an illusion to create fear within you, because they know they can pump false flags. This is what I'm talking about. And we're not even going to get into like the George Floyd and that, because trust me, everything's hidden in plain sight. Trust me, not everything that you see is what it is. Real. It's trust me. It's deep. You gotta know you gotta know that. I give it to you like this. There's a thing called controlled opposition. Trust me, like just deep it. Like they can give you something that makes it look like it's for you, but it's against you. Trust me, you gotta realize this is chess out here. It ain't checkers, it's chess. And a lot of people are pawns right now.
Well,
they ain't
exactly.
the kings and queens.
Exactly.
Why?
We're the pawns.
Yeah, trust me.
They're
You got
just
moving you around and they make it. And what they want you to do is fight each other. Why? Because you ain't fighting them, the real enemy.
Because that's who they
This
are.
is what I'm talking about. People don't realize that. Trust me, it's a big game, man. And if you don't realise that, you realise.
Now, if you don't know it by
Trust me.
now, I don't know when you're going to realise it. Oh, we're going to flatten the curve. Oh, you need to get the vaccine ready. Oh, we've got the vaccine ready. Oh, you need to have your 2 shots. And then you'll be able to go about your business and live your life. I'm saying it.
Bang
2
boogie,
shots.
bang boogie.
Bang boogie, 2 shots. You know,
Trust
them,
me.
that,
You got to
that
slang
thing
it, baby.
there, yeah? Slang it, I'll slang it, all right. You know, so, you know,
Trust me, you just
the
got to
okey pokey,
kiss me ass, man.
whatever you
Trust
want,
me.
Carly, right? The poison, as I referred to it last week, I think I did. Poison. I don't know if the algorithms will pick up them sounds, you know what I mean? Because if I said it, you know, like I was supposed to say, maybe the algorithms will pick up me. I call it poison.
Trust me, I've been against man fam. You know that?
Yeah. So you know, so all along the line, you've been lied to. When are you going to realise that it's one big hoax and a freaking lie, and you need to say no more? I'm going to stop. And right about now, what they're putting in front of your face now is the young people them queuing up for go get what? The walkie-talkie, because they, I mean, come on, man.
Wow.
Are these crisis actors, are these real young people getting it? I don't know, but hear what I'm telling you, because boy, once the young see that, oh, and that when you use the celebrities, they've used so many, and I use that word loosely because they're not celebrities at all. The demonic entities. Once they use them to stand there and sit there and take their okey pokey, exactly. Then Jay-Z's had it. Oh, so-and-so's had it. Oh, so it must be okay.
No,
it's just the way to control you, because if you're seeing your so-called idol, and that none of those people out there should be your idol. Your idol's your ma and your pa, your grandma, your grandpa. Exactly.
Trust me.
So, but if you idolise people like that and you go and see them doing it, you think, well, if they've done it, it must be okay. Why do you think they're putting them in front of you? Because they're their little puppets. That's what they do. Right, okay, roll them out. Get the Lenny Henrys and whoever else to sit down there and tell people, say, because a lot of people that look like you and I are saying, why, you know something? Now go wait and see what happened with this thing, yeah, before we go take it. You know, even some of the most people that I'd expect to run go are saying, the ones that I'm expecting not to run go are saying, oh, well, yes, because I wanted to go on holiday. Me ask them where they go. I know them still in the country where them 2 lot of bang bang boogie, pokey, hokey cokey, and poison in them. They ain't go nowhere. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how divisive it is, because you know, so there's going to be a massive divide between those that have and those that haven't when things start coming out, because trust me, there's so much that's been suppressed. It's unbelievable. If you're not into alternative media and alternative news, and I mean the real talk out there, the doctors them, you know, out there telling you, then I don't know what to say to you, because you're going to go down that path of destruction.
Yeah.
They put those Georgia Guidestones up for a reason. Was it 500,000 they said they wanted left on the planet? Well, you think, oh, how would they, you know, just look it up, Georgia Guidestones. Yeah? Now, if they want to reduce the population by so much, and they say nearly 7 billion people left on the planet, how would they possibly, how could that happen? Well, when they put something in your mind that tells you that you got something that you need protecting from, you know, your immune system, your own body's not good enough to protect you, come on. That's how they can actually materialise their Georgia Guidestones predictions, because they're putting it out there. And again, the lies. Oh, there's so many, millions and zillions. I mean, the figures that I read out that I gave you last week from the .gov website. I mean, 39 million.
That's not official.
You know, that's yet again. Once it's from your .gov.uk, you have to take that with a pinch of salt. What it does is when you look at it, you think, oh wow, so many have had this already, and there's 67 million, and nearly 40 million have had it. It's making you think, oh, maybe I should do that as well, if you go onto those websites and have a look at that. But those aren't accurate figures. You know, Cliff High just says it so well, and you have to go onto rumble.com. You know, it's another what would you call it? Decentralized video streaming. I mean, because, you know, men like him, Jeff Berwick, there's so many out there that say, when I could name, right, that have been purged from the YouTube. They purged them because what? They're speaking the truth. So go onto the Rumble, you know what I'm saying? Go onto the Brighton, BitChute. They're on there. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how you find yourself not looking at mainstream news at all, because the real information, the real knowledge and information is on those alternatives. they're there and they're screaming it from the rooftops to get everybody prepared as best they possibly can, because it's almost like you're coming in for a crash landing. You know what I'm saying? Some are going to survive, some are going to mash up, and some are going to walk out pretty much unscathed. We've got a choice. You know what I'm saying? We have actually got a choice as to how we emerge from this collapse that's coming and how we weather it. We have got a choice.
It's funny that you said that, because this is just come to me. We're in an era of information, so ignorance is a choice.
Yes. It's no
the
excuse.
information's all there for you. You just gotta, trust me, read in between the lines and realize what's going on.
Yeah.
Trust me, it really is a choice, man.
Yeah. If they tell you that the economy's booming and everything's fine and we're getting back to normal and everything, switch it once 360, and you know the truth. Oh my God, it's dire. People with regards to their homes, even those people that are renting when they've lost their jobs, what do you think the landlords are going to do? Oh, you know what? You can just stay here. Don't worry about paying me. The landlord have the mortgage for the property. You're out. You're OUT. You see them people caught up outside. Lidl's, Asda, all in place have big money. Them living a better house than where you're living at.
Oh yeah, because
they're just down to go and poor act poor for you to drop one, and everybody put that pound on 50 pence. By the end of the day, them have 1,000, 3,000 pounds and going back to their mansion.
It's a hustle.
It's a hustle. Those people aren't really desperate, trust me. Well, you're going to start seeing people desperate. You're going to have family members that are going to be kind of like, despair, no job, can't keep the roof over their heads, and those with the children. I mean, if it's you as an adult, it's going to be difficult. But when you got your children, then come on.
What people are noticing now is that there's a big split within families, friends, and the society, because the big split is you either been V'd or not. It's simple as that. And then you're either conscious or not.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, people need to really start taking the power back and just knowing who they are, doing some research on yourself, stop programming yourself and start deprogramming yourself, like me, STS deprogramming. Because when you do that, you're gonna be a free being. You're gonna be able to actually influence the world in a positive way. But as long as you stick to this conditioning, not many things are going to change for you and the people around you, because you can influence. Just like my mentor said, it only takes one flame to light up 1,000. So you need to shed your light. If you're tapped into this video and you're really resonating with that love, baby, ooh yeah, you need to really. This is key, because we're in an era of information. The war is about the information. This is why there's a lot of censorship. So if you get that information out there, you stop being a light worker yourself, start getting that information out there, you can spark so many brains to really work as a unit, and we actually can overcome this, what we're going through, because all it takes for us is to say that 2-letter word, no. Simple as that.
It's so
just
simple.
No.
Yeah.
We're not doing
it.
No.
Your government govern your mental. That's what government means. Governing your mental. Your government are there to serve the public, and they govern by consent. So if they put something out there that you disagree with, you don't like, you say no, we're not doing it, no, we're not having it. And we see what it is. They know how to create the division, because they use their propaganda arm, their mainstream media. Let's face it, do you know what I mean? Once they put it out there and every news channel is saying it and every newspaper is saying it, you're going to be convinced of a lie. But when people stop watching the news, stop reading their rags, because they're not newspaper, they're rags, and actually look at what's happening in the world and come together as a collective in our communities and say, no, we're not having it. Nothing that they put forward, nothing could actually materialise. It only happens because we acquiesce and say, oh, well, they made it mandatory, so I suppose they better go and get it. I mean, come on. Come on, people. There's a whole heap of us.
It's not law.
And a few of them, and anything that they want to make mandatory doesn't make it lawful. Remember that. Legal is the undoing of God's law. So when someone said, it's an act, it's a statute, it's a legislation, that is their legal arm. Lawful. Would your creator give you life and breathe breath into it. It says in their own Bible in Psalms, God blew breath into man and man became a living soul. Would your creator now tell you if you walk up and down with sitting over your face so you can't breathe?
No, absolutely not.
And how many people out there, you've lost your faith, you've lost your knowledge, you don't have it anymore, you're now being conditioned and controlled. And when that happens, that's your demise. Trust me.
The program's breaking down though.
Absolutely it is. The people are waking up en masse, but what we're not, it's not being televised. The revolution will not be televised, but let me tell you something, that spiritual warfare is taking place right now. It's happening above us, below us, or all around us. It's happening. It's just that you've got to be switched on, you've got to be clued in, you've got to be woke. If you're not, then you're going to be spouting the same lies.
You're going to be asleep.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are in a dream world.
Sheep, and you know what happens to sheep when there's a time of year? They shear them because them wool make cardigan for you, yeah? And then after they shear them, you know what happens, don't you? Exactly. What are you?
It's not a joke, yeah.
Are you going to let them do that to you?
Trust me.
And do that to your children? You're going to send your progeny, your most prized possession, like your car and your house and your gold, your progeny, you're going to send them back into these institutions, what they call schools, to be turned into fool and then jammed up as well? Is that what you're going to do? What are you going to? How are you going to protect them? Protect your most precious possession. How are you going to protect them from these from the enemy? Because that's what they are. They're the enemy. What are you going to do? Send them up there and just hope that everything will be okay, that they won't grab yours and put little sinting up in them nose, in them arm. Is that what you're doing?
And a lot of people, they don't know they're in a war.
No, they don't.
And the war is against yourself first and foremost. And then there's a bigger enemy that that has got the hidden hand.
Yeah.
And if you don't realise this, things will occur in your life that you don't want to. Trust me. So this is why I'm saying, I'm going to keep on mentioning it. We're in a war of information. This is why there's a lot of censorship. So just make sure you keep giving up that right information for the 99% who have got the power to make the right choices. Then we'll be living in a life, I mean, in a world full of love. Seriously, we'll be vibrating on that love frequency because it's all a choice. As long as you stay in them low frequencies, you're going to stay down there. You know what I mean? Because that's what you focus on. You know, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows.
Absolutely.
Simple as that.
Absolutely. We have to make those changes. The world that we once knew no longer is. It's gone. And all for the better, because that world is not a world where you want to be a part of. You really don't, because you don't realise or know what's been happening in this world that we've been living in. Because we've had our little comfortable lives, we've been able to acquire, you know, whatever little wealth we've acquired in our house and we've, you know, that's us as an individual. But us as a collective, if everything's not fair and on a geometric level playing field for everybody, then that's not a world that I want to be a part of. That's not a world that we should strive for and want to go back to, because there's things that have taken place over many, many centuries in this world that we love so much that's not right. That's downright wicked and evil, and continues today. And the majority of it, and most of it's been able to happen because they've had control of what? The currency. Remember I told you about maritime, you know, the law of the sea. Currency. Yeah? And the central banks, your Rockefellers, your Rothschilds, Nathan Rothschilds, the whole of them went all over the globe and established their central banks that they then produce the currency for those countries. And by doing so, they were able to control it. And when you control wealth like that, you can come in and take down a really good structure, a structure that's there to serve, for example, your church. Most people out there, you say church, oh yes, I go to church on a Sunday, pay my tithing, and Jesus said this and all the rest of it. But guess what? If you knew that the core essence of that church, that religion, had been usurped and corrupted by the money that the central banks print, yes, to take over those churches and put men and women in place that were nothing more than sheer evil, demonic entities. Why? There's so many priests who take a vow of abstinence. The very nature that the Creator gave man and woman, the estrogen and the testosterone, which is your sexual energy, the very nature that was given to you by the Creator, these men come along and say that they're not going to acknowledge that nature. And yet still, they're the ones that have been prosecuted for this systemic abuse and rape. I'll say it, yes, because that's what it is, of children. And when they did these things, what happened? They moved them to another parish. And what did they do there? The exact same thing. So you have to look at religion. RE means no, legion, no legion. You know what I'm saying? That's quantum. That's correct grammar. That's what it means. RE means no. Receding gums means your gums are going backwards. So RE means no. Wherever you see it, that's what it means. It's just that they use legalese and they give you English. And you think you're saying something, but you're not, because it's
passing.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
They've got to know, you know what I mean.
That's what it is. You got to know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because you're saying one thing, and they're saying one thing, the same exact same word, but it means that it's a different meaning. And they tell you that already, because with the coronavirus, with the what's happening, they tell you that you don't have symptoms. You're asymptomatic. So what does it tell you that the letter A means? It means no. If asymptomatic means you're not showing any symptoms, the word amen means what? No men. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. But they got you saying amen at the end of every prayer. At the end of every prayer, you're saying amen, and you don't know what you're saying. You're saying no man, because that's what the letter A means in front of the word no. N-O. No man. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you really tap into everything that's going on in this world, you realise nearly everything you was taught was a lie. So you have to relearn, you have to unlearn and
brainwash.
Yeah, because remember, there's a big brainwashing has been massive in this society, and if you don't deprogram yourself like me, trust me, you're gonna be lost. You're going to be lost out there, I'm telling you, because just like Lady Crown was talking about with the language, if you don't understand what the language actually means, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about.
You don't have
you know, I'm anti what you're talking about, because a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, and this is why
babble. That's what it's
babble.
called.
This is why
you're speaking.
Please
babble.
tap into Mark Christopher.
Yeah.
Please.
It's a bastardized language.
He's such a great man. He does so much for humanity, and we need more people like him on board.
Yeah,
you know,
it's down to us to learn to know the truth and to keep on seeking the truth. And as long as you keep living that way, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? But if you just go along to get along, or it's always been like this. So when people say it's always been like this, but you don't know about the atrocities that take place, that's always been like this. So because it doesn't directly affect you, it's okay. The underground bases, 14 of them that they have in London, where they traffic, picking and do all kind of wicked things down there. Because it does. Yeah. I'll say it again. Let them take it down. Underground bases, 14 of them in London, where they traffic children, men, women, and children, and commit the most heinous crimes. Heinous crimes.
I feel you.
That's what's there. So when we're in our little comfortable lives, watching our little box that's programming and saying, you peed off because what?
Because
a bill drop and you can't afford it.
What Alfie and that? You know what I mean?
All of those things. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is?
Deal with the real.
You know what it is? Like, obviously, but at the same time, I get where you're coming from. Because I'm like, sometimes you just gotta keep it raw and uncut, because
speak the truth.
Because then you actually get to man's brain.
Yeah.
You see, like the master teachers that I tapped into, I wasn't in the right energy. Now I'm in the right energy. Everything's resonating, because you have to get real. You can't keep living that fake life.
Yeah.
You get me? A lot of people are living a fake life. Yeah. This is why when they see the real, they get frightened. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Yo, listen, check this out now. If you don't deal with the real, it's gonna deal with you regardless. Absolutely. It's gonna catch up with you.
It's coming for
so
us
you gotta
now.
deal with it right now.
That's what's happening now. all of the
everything that's happening right now.
It's because
it's for a reason.
Because we've done nothing.
Because we've done nothing about
We
it.
just lived our lives.
That shadow.
Gone along to get
me.
along. Oh, keep me head down. Oh, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't affect me.
Yeah, it does.
Now,
it does.
what's happening
Trust
is that
me.
there's something out there that's affecting everybody.
And that's the shadow.
Now what?
Trust me.
Now what you're gonna do?
You can't run away from the shadow.
Or you're gonna go along to get along still, yeah? You're gonna conform. You're gonna play Simple Simon because there's a game being played. You know, Simple Simon said, put your hand on the head, pat your belly at the same time, lie down, get up, jump up. You know, you're gonna keep on doing that, yeah? Because you're gonna go along to get along because you're still thinking me.
Me, myself, and I, not realizing that you're part of the all.
Yeah. And there's a we, there's a collective.
There's a collective.
All connected.
We're all connected, so
you know
we all
what I'm
need
saying?
to look after each other.
Absolutely.
Show love and actually start accepting each other for who we are.
If you're sitting down eating a nice meal, guess what? So there's enough food. You need to go onto Rumble, and tap into Cliff High's Woo videos that he puts out. You need to go on there. Rumble. Is it rumble.com?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
got an app on there anyway.
There's an app, and you can go on your computer. Just type in Rumble and subscribe to Cliff High and just watch his videos. I'm telling you, some of it you might go over your head, but all you do is you watch it over and over again. Because I've been following this man since 2016. Trust me. And what he was talking about then, we're experiencing right now. I've got the reports. Actually, because he used to sell the bare naked reports. That's what they were called. He used to sell them online, and we pay for them. I think it was Litecoin that we used at the time because he wouldn't accept anything other than cryptocurrency. He doesn't sell them anymore. But I think Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic, he's been on his podcast a few times, and I'm not sure, but I think he was saying that they had a PDF that you could get from Jean-Claude. But you need to check out Jean-Claude. Amazing guy. He's putting it out there. Cliff High, you definitely got to check him out on Rumble. Wherever you need to find these people, find them. The Penny Kellys, because they are talking about what's present, what's imminent, what's coming down the pipe, and how you can best protect yourself. And one of the guys, for those that are into the Bible and all the rest of it, is Bo Polny, BOPOLYN. Look him up, Bo Polny. Look him up, and if you can't find him, just type in Gold 2020 forecast, because that's his website, Gold 2020 forecast, and it'll show you, it points to all the different platforms where he's been interviewed on. I watched one of him last night. He's talking about the fourth seal. He's an analyst of time, and it's done through the Bible, so it's biblical. He's talking about the David moment. He's talking about what's going to be happening. That's going to be, what we saw in terms of 9/11. What's coming down, what's going to happen is going to outshine that. And if you can believe that, then you've got to think to yourself, well, what could that be then? Because 9/11 was horrific. Yeah. Yet again, we won't go there because that was yet again another psyops. I mean, because the two towers. Yeah, why did building number 7 collapse as well? What But then you got your numbers, because it's numerology. There's your 3, the 2 towers, and building number 7, and it was called building number 7. All the numbers are used as codes. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why September 6, September 7, you got the Shemitah. That's telling you about the reset. It's all there. It's biblical. What's happening is biblical. Because it's all been written in the Bible. Yes, it has. But who really understands what's written, why it's written, and what's going to happen? Being on your knees and looking up into the sky, a prayer is not going to cut it, because the Creator didn't give you that big brain in your head to sit down there and look up and pray, beg, because that's what it is. When you're a prayer, you're beg. Please help me, Lord of God. No, you know what I'm saying?
What the Creator gave you was a beautiful system, a beautiful body. Gave you legs, feet, head, brain, everything for you to take action, not to look up in the sky
and beg.
Because the people that are real leaders out here are actually doing things. Yeah. They're not praying for anything. No. They're making it happen. There you go.
It was a brother that we was listening to yesterday with Lord Jamal.
What's his name?
Dr. Amaru.
Ali.
G. Ali.
G. Ali, yeah.
Look up. Give them the name from.
God cash, you know what I mean? God cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta tap into.
Tap into Lord
Tap
Jamal.
into. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Lord
He used some profanities, but guess what? No,
He's got no filter because you know
because
what
he's real.
Because he's real.
And he's in the belly of the beast, New York, man. In the belly of the beast.
He's just him.
Never worn a mask.
You see, when you're yourself, you express yourself how you are. That's true self-love.
Yeah, that's me.
Expressing yourself how you are, not some actor. Because there's a lot of actors out there.
No.
Trust me. You gotta just express yourself how you are and just tell your truth.
Yeah.
Speak your truth.
Listen, people get hung for speaking the truth. They always have them because you've had your martyrs, and there were martyrs to come. There are doctors that are being threatened with being struck off because they said they're not going to do what they've been asked to do because it goes against their very nature. They swore a Hippocratic oath to cause no harm. They realise that they are killing people to belly side them. I said no, but guess what? When your livelihood relies on it, you know, your house, your car, your this, your that, you might want to look the other way. Me personally, no. And there's many doctors and things you're not going to hear about them because mainstream media is controlled. And what was it Ralph's called the media after the goddess Medea?
Medea, yeah.
And what's Medea, Sabian?
The goddess of illusion.
There you go. That's what your
Creates
media
hella
is.
confusion.
And that's exactly what it does. That's why you need to take that remote control.
And dash it.
And dash it. I was going to say switch it off. But yeah, dash it.
That was
leave the box there. I'll tell you what you can do. You can get one of them little thingy box, Prime or whatever, one little box, and connect it up to your Wi-Fi because most people got Wi-Fi in them holes. And go on to these. So you're...
No, use it for your benefit.
Exactly.
Obviously, don't dash it.
You don't have to do mainstream. You know what I'm saying? You can literally connect everything up. So you can have YouTube and like, you can type in... Because it's just like your computer on your TV, isn't it? You can type in Rumble and watch what we're telling you to watch now. Go and check these people out right in your living room. Instead of tonight. I don't even know what's on television. I don't watch it. But whatever sitting, come on, prime time. Turn it off.
Yeah, because it's programming you. It's programming you to be a robotoid.
And it's not preparing you for what's coming down the pipe. It's going to be... I can't find the words to describe it. I mean, Bo, when you listen to him, it just says words fail him in terms of... He'll tell you, I can't say to you, it's going to be this. But what I can say, it is going to be on the scales of the 9/11. Or the 1929 Wall Street crash, but on steroids. It's just going to be, well, we'll see it. Because guess what? We're here and now for a reason. We're going to live through this. We're going to experience it. And not all of us are going to make it. That's just a fact. Not all of us are going to make it. Some of us have already lost that battle already because them don't do what them do and go take bam bam boogie.
If you're plugged into the matrix, there's not a lot of hope for you.
Yeah.
You know, if you're plugged into it. But there is hope because at the end of the day, all it takes for you is to awaken.
Rise and shine.
Because it really comes down to a choice, isn't it?
Yeah. And spread the word. Tell your people them. Tell your loved ones near and dear, far and wide. Tell them, you know what I'm saying? Just sound the alarm because that's what we're doing. We're sounding the alarm and we'll keep doing that. Do you know what I mean? We'll probably have some sort of blackout where we haven't even got the internet for a day or two or whatever. Don't worry about it because it's going to come back up because what have they done? They put everything online. I mean, I went onto my online banking account and guess what? I can pay a check-in from my phone to belly side. So what's that telling you about the banks? So I told you already. Told you before. They're all insolvent. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So you don't need to have your wealth in there, your hard-earned sweat equity that you've been accumulating to go and do X, Y, and Z. You need to do something with it. You need to transition it from that fiat currency into... Mm-hmm. precious metals and into the cryptocurrencies that's going to stay around. One that I think is going to be a reserve currency, which is the first one, which is Bitcoin. It's not going to go anywhere, if anything. It's just going to go crazy in terms of pricing. So you might not be able to buy a whole one, but you can buy a £2 worth, a £500 worth, a total, whatever. You need to, and if you can get the silver and bronze, because bronze
copper,
is, yeah, and copper. Sorry, that's what I meant. Copper. I mean, all your precious metals, but copper, because it's used in so many industries. You know what I'm saying? And like with silver, I mean, because silver won't be used for money. It's because it's got the medical benefits. It's got the solar panels, all of those things. It's going to be used in industry. And guess what? the price has been suppressed, as I've told you, for many years. If you listen to Big Swear, he'll tell you everything about silver and gold and the suppression of the price. And guess what? We're getting to that time where it's coming to an end, and you will be shocked at the price of silver. You won't be able to buy it. It will probably go to no offer, literally, because there's many people out there that got certificates of ownership, but they don't have the physical gold or silver. And so, you know, what can I say? There are going to be a lot of people that think they've got gold and silver, but they haven't. If you don't physically own it, then it's not yours. It belongs to somebody else. So, yeah.
This is just going to, you know, when you mentioned the blackout, I'm telling you now, you know, this is a part of my thing. It really resonates with me. You need to really work on your mental. You need to start learning how to be with self. Because when these blackouts come, imagine if you're not mentally prepared for it.
Yeah.
So suicide rates are on the high.
They're going to go up.
You got to be prepared for what's coming.
Yeah.
Because they're going to test you. Spiritually, mentally, physically. So you got to be prepared.
Yeah. How many have you got candles? How many have you got candles? Boxes, you know, boxes of matches and lighters around the place. Like you two candle. I remember, listen, I'm child of the 60s, and we used to have power cuts and all sorts. You know what I mean? Back in the day. Or we used to have the little meter. We have to go downstairs and I said, "They wrap puss and dog and everything down there. If you go put money in, if you get little light." And guess what? When, you know, mother look in our purse, I said, "Why? No money, you know. We have to go light candle." Or we have to, because it would have go out in the night, and every shop shut by about 5, 6 o'clock. You can't go get McDonald's at 4 o'clock in the morning. No, go eat whatever. I'm not going to go there. But you know what I mean? We could go to those shops to go and get to go and get money to go and put into these meters. And we had power cuts, and we lived and we used candles. We always had candles. How much you own have candle in your house? We go burn. No, 1 8-hour candle. I want to high lamp. You know what I mean? I want to call paraffin heater or caligas heater. If all of those things that you see, we have to regress, because your regression is your progression, because they got you comfortable. Switch on light, turn on tap.
Yeah.
Why will you turn it on and nothing but mud come out?
It's all external.
Because all these things work on electricity. It pumps the water. You know what I mean? It's all electricity that runs it. So when I say blackout, I mean everything literally tills everything. ATM shut down. What would you do? And the shop opens their door and says, "You know something? All my tills are down, but anybody that's got cash, want to come this way. Because let me tell you something. You think their food's going to rot on the shelf, or saying, 'Oh, we can't sell you anything because all the tills have gone down.' They're going to say, 'Anybody with cash, come this way. I'm going to show you £1 £200 put on in a one drawer. Should in case of anything.'"
Start investing in generators and what's that website called? It's called Aisha Foundation. Keisha, yeah.
That might be.
That would be a good website.
It would be a good website, but trust me, I'm not ready for that. Me I tell you that.
What? Can you just
No, me I tell you.
No.
Let me tell you this.
No. Give me the website. Give me the website.
If you don't do the little basics, you can get up and run before you crawl.
We might put in the descriptions, you know.
He will do. I ain't putting it now because you're not ready for that. Because then I sit there, you go look and say, "Well, oh, this is really nice, but right back now
I'm just going to let you be.
I need some candles." Go get the things then where you can get your hands on. Matches, candles, fire lighter, all them things there. Because what if you, for example, you have to go cook outside in your back garden? You want a little pot that you can use? Because most of the pots are designed to go on top of gas and electrical. You know what I'm saying? Have you got the means? What would you have to just dig out one little tin of baked beans and eat it cold because you know if you want me to? All of those things, the things that we did when we were children, you know what I'm saying? We're having to remember those things. That right, okay, let me buy this and put down. Buy this, put down. Buy this, put down. Because I rather be prepared than not. Because trust me, what's coming down the pipe is coming in, and there ain't nothing that's going to stop it. They're crashing the system. The monetary system is coming down. That's why this massive money printing is going off, because the more they print, the more they can actually buy up all the assets, because they know it's going to go to zero. And they're going to leave you holding stocks and shares and plastic. You get what I'm saying? Warren Buffett's getting out. You get out also.
Yeah.
Peace and love, your family.
Oh, you got that for your chest, isn't it?
Yes, I did.
See
that a lot later.
Blouse and skirt.
I leave it to my divine son to wrap up.
I just gotta let her go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And yeah, key thing that can really help you on your journey is learning how to fast for the blackouts and that. But you know me, working on the mind, body, and soul in order to reach your goals, because it can overcome. It's it's a whole perspective. The reason why I love that affirmation, what I like to say recently, mind, body, and soul, is because it comes with the finances that Lady Crown's really on, comes with me talking about health, it comes with general life, it's everything. You know what I mean? It's a holistic, you got to take a holistic approach to life.
Absolutely.
And when you do that, things will really be working out for you. Trust me. And yeah, I'm going to end it off with this. Feels so good, real good, because it's all about the feeling, baby. Oh yeah. And however you feel is how you are. So just keep on working on how you feel.
Absolutely.
And you'll be good to go, baby. But you know I've got to say this. You want to do that, Joe?
You're one.
You know I got to drop this. Good food, good mood. If you're having good food, then you're definitely going to have a good mood. So make sure you got your fruits and veggies down, yeah, and your alkaline food. And you're definitely going to have a good mood. Keep raising your energy. And you know our transition, no finish line for me, just like Goggins. No finish line for me. And hopefully that's the same for you. Come there with y'all every single Monday. And yeah. That's all I've got to say for this one. STS and Lady Crown, over and out. Peace.